Hi guys, and welcome to my weight loss series. Today we're going to be talking about diet pills and fad diets. But first we're going to get started talking about diet pills. And it's one thing for me to tell you, don't take diet pills. But I felt like I wanted to share my experience with them with you guys, because I think instead of just saying don't take diet pills, I want to kind of give you reasons why, kind of like my bad experiences with them. So maybe you kind of have a better understanding why I don't think that you should take them. So when I was 20 years old, that's when I started taking diet pills. I started with the Dexatrim kind. I didn't see like any results with them. I was about 20 years old. I had just gotten over kidney stones. I had recently gotten married, and that was around the time that my husband's family made some vicious comments about my wedding photos, saying that I looked like a cow and that I was so fat I could carry him over the threshold. So that really kind of made me analyze myself, and I did realize, you know what, I am big and I want to lose this weight, but I didn't know how. Like, where do you start when you decide you want to go on a weight loss journey? So, naturally I thought when you have a headache, you take pills. So when you're fat, what do? I guess you just take pills. So I went to the drugstore, and it's kind of dumb because this is around the time that Trim Spa came out and Anna Nicole was their spokesperson. And if you remember those commercials, she looked totally different. So immediately I had to get them, because I knew that if I took this pill and just kept on with my normal life, that I would be able to lose weight and I would look as thin and as fabulous as Anna Nicole. Now, I think a lot of people just wish that there's just this miracle pill we can take and we don't have to change our eating habits, we don't have to work out, we could just take this pill and look fabulous. I'm here to tell you that is not going to happen. So it was around that time that, I took the pill, and a few months later I did start noticing a change in my weight. However, I truly believe it was attributed to working at a daycare. Shortly after I took the pill, I started working at a daycare at the same time. And running after 23 3-year-olds will help you to lose weight. I, took the pill, and, I maybe lost about 20 pounds in the next couple of months. I want to say 6 months or something like that. And I just felt fabulous. I felt like my self-confidence had gone up, and I felt like, you know what? Now I can really eat pizzas, I can eat cheese sticks, I can eat hoagies, I can have those fancy drinks at the restaurants. I could eat whatever I want and take this Trim Spa and know that I'm going to look fabulous. Well, that's not what happened. Shortly after, I lost the 20 pounds, I started gaining weight again. And I started gaining even more weight because I'd become reckless. And eventually, taking that pill just one day, I was taking it like every day for like a year. Taking it one day, my body started rejecting it. I hope you guys aren't eating, but I kept throwing it back up. So that was just kind of like my last stint with Trim Spa. I remember feeling so paranoid and had so much anxiety, and I was like, oh my goodness, what am I going to do? Like, I need this pill to lose the weight. I never, depended on myself. Never did it occur to me that maybe I should just get my ass off the sofa and go for a jog or something. I was just so dependent on taking this pill to look fabulous. And of course, that didn't work. So I don't recommend taking that or any diet pills out there. I know sometimes it is tempting because you see celebrities endorsing these products and you think, well, so-and-so takes it. I don't buy into that. I did take Ally during my 100-pound weight loss journey. It wasn't for a long time, and I discuss more of that in my book, Embracing the Change. I'm not going to get into that here. I don't want to make this video super long, but I just feel with weight loss, losing 109 pounds, I literally did the Ally for a month, and that was it. I lost the same amount, I will say this, I lost the same amount of weight on Ally as I did doing it naturally, if not more, doing it naturally. And so I'm really just a big, advocate for doing it organically and doing it naturally, because number one, your self-confidence is going to go through the roof. You did this all by yourself. Hard work, determination, you need to sweat. I say that constantly. If you're not sweating, if you're not getting that heart rate up, you're not doing enough. And it's okay sometimes if you have to stop, along the way when I first started my journey, when I was in the 200s, and after I had my child, I was thinking, oh my God, like I considered going back to Trim Spa, but I remembered, feeling really sick with it. And another thing with Ally, it was just a huge expense. I had a newborn. I was putting myself through graduate school. Like, I did not have money for those pills. I remember feeling so hopeless, but with that, I got my anger. I was so angry, and I turned that anger, I made that anger my motivation, and I started working out, and I started losing weight. Do whatever you can. Use things around your house. Run around your house. I still run around my house now. Just because I've lost the weight, I still would like to maintain and just be healthy. It's really good to get that heart rate up. Every day I like to, just test myself, get my weights out, build up my muscles. So it's been about 5 years of maintaining now, pill-free, and I feel fabulous. And I still do what I do. I know what works, I know what doesn't work, and number one, I do know that doing it organically, doing it naturally has been 110% effective for me. So yeah, that's the biggest thing I can tell you, just make your failures, make your, turn those negative aspects, those negative things into your motivation. And you know what? Number two, do it for yourself. That's the biggest thing. If you want to lose weight, do it for yourself first. Don't do it for, a guy or a significant other or something like that. Do it for yourself and, your children. I always, want to say that I wanted to be healthy for my daughter. Diabetes and, heart disease does run in my family. And I just didn't want to be dependent on pills. It feels so good knowing that I did this all on my own. I have a master's degree in psychology, and that's great. But I would have to say that my biggest accomplishment was losing 109 pounds and getting healthy and making life changes. Number two, we are talking about fad diets, and the one that I kind of did for a short period of time during my 109 pound weight loss was I tried the low carb, no carb thing, and I have to tell you, I know a lot of people, are, oh, carbs, I don't know how you can eat carbs. And I have to laugh at that because I eat pastas, I have rice, and I eat cake, and I have pizza, and you name it, I have toast. I really try to lead a normal, healthy, just very normal life. So that's why I really started analyzing my diet. Like, what were some of the things that I was eating before that had gotten me into trouble? How can I make that more healthier? That's what the whole Figure Friendly Foodie brand is about. How can we take these everyday foods and make them healthier? I gotta tell you, when I did the low carb, no carb thing, I remember just eating cucumbers, which I believe have some type of carbs, because everything has carbs in it. Fruit, veggies, everything has carbs. And I just remember being so miserable. Like, if I eat this cucumber for lunch, I'll be great. No, I was doing, an intense cardio workout and eating freaking cucumbers and, feeling like just so lethargic and just tired, and, I wouldn't, be able to meet my weight loss goals or do my run or my bike ride, whatever I was doing at the time. I just had no energy. So, as with everything in life, I like to, eat in moderation and do a good balance of things. Like, obviously this is a diet I wouldn't recommend. Waffles for breakfast, a big hoagie or a big, sandwich for lunch, and then, a big bowl of fettuccine Alfredo for dinner. Obviously you want to just monitor your carbs. I don't, keep track of carbs or anything now. During my weight loss, I had a food journal, but now, it's just kind of like I'm aware of what I eat. I always like to do a pretty carby breakfast because I do work out before breakfast. I work out early in the morning. I just feel like that's a really good way for me to kind of get my day started off right. So then I'll usually, have something, I make my own waffles, and they are a little bit, I like to incorporate like fruits with them. So, obviously fruits, carb, you got your waffles, and I have my coffee. So yeah, it's something that keeps me full and satisfied. And at lunch, I really like to have protein. I know I should probably do my protein in the morning, but I love having my waffles in the morning. So usually, at lunchtime, I like to do sometimes something with, protein, like beans, chicken, tuna, something like that that's just full of protein. And at lunch, it's a good balance of, veggies, a carb. I do want to say with the fad diets, I noticed that, I did drop some weight, and then I started eating healthier again, and I remember gaining that weight back. And a lot of the time with those fad diets, that's what happens. You're gonna, eat cucumbers or, something ridiculous like that all the time, and then you're gonna kind of go back to, maybe eating normally, and what happens is you feel like a failure because you've gained all this weight. I just feel like it's healthier to lose it when you're on a really good diet and you have a good fitness plan. You should never feel like you're suffering or, be uncomfortable or hungry whatsoever. That's like my whole philosophy. A lot of people will say to me, go eat a sandwich, go eat a hamburger. Guess what? I do. I eat my hamburgers. But that's one thing. I never, ever, ever go hungry. I feel so satisfied, and it's all because of a life change. It's no diet or anything like that. I think for a successful, weight loss journey and maintaining and beyond, it's all about a life change, analyzing, what you're eating, and it's always, I think, important to work out. You don't have to work out every day if you don't want to. That's, your prerogative if you want to do it a couple times a week. But I just always think that it's so important to just have a good mix of a healthy diet and a good workout. And a lot of people say too, I did want to quickly mention, why can't you just indulge, one day out of the week and have a cheat day? I think that's perfectly fine if, you have a cheat day and that's something that you're comfortable with. And it's just not something that I want to do because, like right now, like last night I made chocolate angel food cake, and I love cake, I love chocolate, and it's really good, and it's something that for me is satisfying. I never feel like I have to cheat. And this is something I talk about in my book, Embracing the Change. If you don't, you don't cheat on your spouse, so why would you cheat on yourself? And a lot of people, have come back after reading my book and said, I love that part, it makes such good sense, and, because of that, I decided, I'm not going to cheat on myself. So that's what I look at it as. But you know what, if you have a cheat day and that works for you, then that's great. But for me, it's all about having my chocolate angel food cake for dessert every night, or whatever I like to make. I do a lot of things homemade. I find that that's a really great way to figure out and keep your daily diet just better. So I think I answered all your questions. I kind of wanted this video to be a little bit shorter. I hope you guys are enjoying this weight loss series, and I will see you in my next video.